Perfect, fixed. Woohoo! Yay! Software. So luckily I don't need to go to stop this streaming, and I will stay with you. Now it's perfect. Great. Super cool. Yeah, I see that it's smooth now. All right. Let me know where you're from. That's really important because in this case I will understand how long the video maybe will be. Actually, it will not be so long, maybe 10-20 minutes maximum, because you will see that you can create this animation. Actually, let me show you the animation that we are creating here. We will create something like this, like player where the music is playing, you see the progress, and at the same time you see these sound waves that are moving. India, Iran, Russia, France. Oh wow, so cool. Denmark, Serbia, Russia, Syria. Awesome. Um, so guys, you saw this animation, and you know what I realized, that so many people are afraid of motion UI design because they don't know where to start. Really, this is the biggest problem. And also they think that it's so hard to learn After Effects, or they have to code or something. Actually, no, motion UI design can be simple when you know the secrets, when you know the fundamentals. And what's interesting about motion design, it helped me a lot in my life actually. My very first full-time job as a UX UI designer I got because of motion UI design. While other people, actually it's the company called Wargaming. If you don't know this company, they created games like World of War Tanks, World of Tanks, World of Warships, so World of Tanks Bleeds. And I got the job there as a UX UI designer because instead of sending just screens and my explanations as usually people do, kind of case studies, I sent them real video prototype of the screens. It's not the screen of the feature they wanted to implement, and they were so amazed because of that. They saw how it actually works, so I got the job. Then the next thing, in 2 years from there, I got a promotion because of motion design. Yes, I created the mobile app, and I also created the prototype, shared it just on Dribble, only Dribble. And one company reached out to me and they're like, wow, we saw your prototype and it looks so incredible. We would like to hire you. And at that point, I didn't want to switch to another company. So that's why I just said that my company, that another company want to hire me, and they just increased my salary and I stayed at the same company. Then when I moved to Canada, the very first interview that I had here, I also presented my prototypes, and every time clients, employers, like everyone, they're so amazed of motion design. And when you have this wow skill, they most likely hire you or you will get clients. And actually people who already took my motion UI design masterclass, they already got the job. Yeah, I saw it in their feedback and it's just incredible. I was so amazed. So don't be afraid of motion UI design. If you don't have enough skills or you don't know where to start, there is a link below here with my motion UI design packages. You can choose what you like. And now we can get back to the video where you will see. So this video is one of the examples from the motion UI masterclass. And today I'll show you how to create this animation here in Figma, just Figma. As you can see, I'm just using only 2 frames here. The names are not like named properly because in this case, we're just creating this simple animation. We don't need to send it anywhere else, but how to create this player. Everything seems super simple in terms of this line probably, but the hardest part is these waves that you see at the bottom. Let's create the player from absolutely from scratch. We are creating the very first state. This will be our frame 1. It doesn't matter the size of it. It can be 600 by 160. That's totally okay. Then we will make corner radius because it looks cool when you have this border radius, these rounded corners. And also what we're gonna do here, we'll create a rectangle, and this rectangle will be our position, like where the sun is right now. For this rectangle, what I'm going to do is I'll switch to linear. I'll make the gradient like this one, and we will go from something like purple, pinkish style, like this one. Another thing I'm going to do with this one is I'll switch it to like opacity 20%. It will be more than enough. Please let me know if everything is okay here, if you can hear me well, if you can follow the process and you understand everything. Please let me know in the chat. Meanwhile, I'll continue doing some stuff. What I'll do actually with this one, with this layer, I'll just move it somewhere here. Somewhere to the left. All is fine, perfect. Another thing that I'm going to do is I'll create the rectangle here, 20 by 120. The size is here, just out of my head. You can choose whatever you want. Maybe it will be part of your mobile app, then it will be much smaller, of course. But for these purposes, I'm just showing how it works, how to create something like this. We'll also make here corner radius. For this one, this will be our cover for this song. And I'm going to use some here. Yeah, I already have this image. Maybe for these purposes, something different. Maybe motion UI design assets with something package, premium package. Yeah, anyway, we will choose just something like this one. Now let's here. And because we have 2020 from top and bottom, left side will be also 20. Now let's create the name of this track. This will be motion UI sound. But it can be anything, and actually it can be, let's call it YouTube Alive. Like this one. Now we'll change the copy, not the copy, style here. Instead of medium black, we'll create another line. This is just UI. We don't need to reinvent the wheel here. We'll just create something that will work in this case for our player. And for this one, we will call, I don't know. We are all awesome. This is the name of the track. All right, so we created this UI for this player. Now we can also create, of course, art. If you follow my design tutorials on Instagram, so you probably know how to create this art icon. This is how I do that. I don't need to use pen tool. Instead, I'll just like this. Now we have heart icon. Also, I will radius of one to make it fun and cool. Let's make it a little bit smaller, somewhere here. So this part is done. This is our UI. Now, how to create this player. For this player, we are using one interesting trick. For this trick, what we will do, we'll create a really small line here, like rectangle. Now I will move this rectangle somewhere here. And now I'll duplicate it as many times as I need it. I'll select all the rectangles, all of them, and move them to the left, right? And now I'll change the height of each of these lines here. And of course I can make it longer, but for these purposes we'll just use this one. And actually, you know what? Let's start all this rectangle somewhere from line of the text, so it will look much cooler. Now we will change the height of these elements just randomly. Yeah, this takes lots of time. You can save your time if you use plugins, maybe like Get Waves. This can probably save you lots of time, but in my tutorial, this is exactly what I did. I used these rectangles and I did it manually. So that's why people think that, oh, okay, you use GIF here because it's impossible to create this animation in Figma without using any additional GIFs. Actually, no, it's just about being a little bit more creative and to use stuff that you already have. And in this case, we have Figma. We don't have any other tools. I don't want to install any plugins, so let's see how Figma will work with that. And this is what you can do. You can just create different rectangles here. Of different size. And yeah, this is most time consuming thing. Let me take a look if there is somewhere on the internet, if there is a thing like get waves, not in here, PG. Yeah, you can go here, select this stuff, create as many as possible. It's really bad that they don't have dividers here, but basically you can use something like this and random, yeah, to choose something from these SVGs. But let's continue with our topic, continue with our process. Down, it takes time, but this is what you do when you want to create something really cool. It takes time. You can't just create something without spending enough time on that, because if you don't care, if you don't spend time, then people will not be amazed and it will not impress them. But what do we want to do here is we want to impress all. That's why we are doing all things. Make it a random. And guys, just two left. It's much easier with a mouse, but in this case, I don't have it near me. So these are the ways that we create it. Of course, you can create much more of them. As you can see here, I have much longer line, but I'll show you the idea. Then you select all these guys because we don't need to have so many layers. Command E, and they are all combined. Now we have just these lines here. We have text, we have cover, have the background that is moving here, and we have this line here. What's next? How How are we gonna animate that? Because we have just one layer. To animate this, we will need one more layer. And this layer will be, you just create, press P, which will be for pen tool, and create something like this. Like this, and we will finish here. Create this wave, and then instead of just using this wave, if you don't know all these keys like what I'm pressing here and everything, I strongly recommend to take Figma Figma for Beginners Masterclass, and then you will learn how to do all these things, because yeah, I understand that it will be pretty hard to follow if you absolutely new to this tool, but the goal of this video is not to teach you Figma. The goal is to show you how to create cool animations with the tool that you love the most. It can be Adobe XD, Sketch, InVision Studio, Framer, just whatever you like, how to use these things. Now let's see. Do you see what I'm doing here? I'm duplicating this layer and moving it to the right. So I'm just basically making it really, really long, like this. And then I'll move a little bit down and combine these together. So now it's just one layer. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to group these two things together. And for these towers, for this line that I created here, I'm going to use it as mask. Now it's mask. And now when I have this thing here, what I'm going to do, I'll just move it away from the screen. Move it away. It's somewhere here. Have this player. We have the mask flow. We have this line here. Move it down. We are duplicating the layer. Now this guy go away. And in this case, it fills in the entire form. But also on the second frame, on our state B, we are moving this line to the right, all the way to the right, somewhere here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a connection in the prototype mode. We will play, in this case, this animation. On click on this player, smart animate, and animate it in 10 seconds. Not easing out, we are using linear interpolation here. Again, if you want to learn all this stuff, Motion UI Design Masterclass, link in the comment, not in the comments, in the description. You will understand how all these things work, why you need to know them, which one is more important, which one is not so important, what to avoid, one thing that you definitely have to use, of everything like that will be in that masterclass. So we created this animation, and now I want to restart it maybe for the future purposes, not on click, but after delay of 1 second, just switch back to your previous state. This is what we did. As you can see, no plugins, nothing, no gifs. But actually we haven't started playing it yet. Maybe, you know, we have something really bad here. First of all, I want to take the heart icon. I want to change it to black. Like this. Looks much better in this case, but black is harsh. All right, now let's play this animation, because maybe we did something really wrong here. Play. This is our player, right? That's exactly what we created. Now let's click on this. I clicked. And as you can see, we have waves at the bottom. If you'll spend a little bit more time, if you'll create more lines, if you'll create this wave a little bit like I'm clicking again, you see it's switching back. You can spend a little bit more time here and make this line, or maybe make this mask a little bit thinner, more items here, and then this animation will be so cool. And that's exactly what I used here. As you can see, music is playing, and also we see this sidebar, not sidebar, progress bar that is moving here. In addition to that, of course, you can create also text that will switch from, let's imagine like a countdown, how much left for this song. Maybe instead of having this huge line at the top, you will want to have something smaller, like, I don't know, 4 pixels at the top, and in this case 100% opacity, and the same for this one. Take these 4, and that's it. So now when we go to this player again, now we will have this line at the top. Also, I haven't changed the opacity of the player here. Start, click, and this is our player. As you can see, it's super easy. Now you can record this video, upload it to Dribble, Instagram, just any social media, and impress other people. And this is as easy as that. Let me know what do you think about it in the comments below. Yeah, too many Indian people. That's fine. Yeah, I totally understand that. The reason I chose this time, because it's mostly work almost for everyone except probably California and Vancouver. It's still too early for them. It's just 8 a.m. here in Toronto. Toronto for non-Toronians people. So yeah, it worked fine in Russia. It worked great for Europe. It's working great for India. That's why this time. But I never knew that you could use it like this. Exactly. So that's why you have to know fundamentals of motion UI design. If you don't know them, it will be really hard for you to create animations, cool animations like this one. I know so many people who know how to use prototype mode in Figma, but they have no idea. They can create something, but they have no idea why this works like that and how to create these cool animations. So that's why I created this Motion UI Masterclass, and it's super simple to follow, and I'm guiding you step by step. Actually, let me show you one thing. This is what people will get with a premium package. You will learn Motion UI Design Masterclass fundamentals. These fundamentals for all the tiers, for all the packages, basic, premium, gold. So here we have welcome to the masterclass. Of course, I have to welcome you. Then where to start in motion design. Lots of people don't know where to start in motion UI design. In motion design in general, they're afraid of After Effects. They're afraid of Principle. They go to Dribble. They see all these amazing works created by other people, and they're like, oh, but I don't know how to do that. Yes, you don't know because you don't know the fundamentals. And this is crucial to know anything. If you want to be great in typography, you have to know what's the difference between serifs and sans serif fonts. If you, for the same thing with pairing, and also like the distance between the headline and paragraph. These are all basics. These are fundamentals. If you don't know them, it will be hard for you to work with typography. Yes, you will create lots of different websites and everything, but you will not feel confident in your skills until you learn the fundamentals. And this is why I created the masterclass actually. What is motion UI design? Transitions and triggers, how to use them, which one to choose for different operations. the main purpose of motion UI design, because yes, there are only 3 main purposes of motion UI design. If you know them all, man, you will cover everything that you have to know about motion. Tools for motion design, which one to choose? There are so many tools like Figma, Adobe XD, Sketch, Principle, Protopie, After Effects, Figma, InVision Studio. Which one to choose? So many. But I'll tell you that the tool that you are using already today, it can be Adobe XD or Figma, no matter what you are using, you can use for motion design. And even Keynote. Yeah, most of my presentations for my courses or for the clients, I'm creating in Keynote and I'm animating them because, again, wow effect, and clients are super amazed. Like when they see it, it's like, wow, yes, I want this. Yeah, it's funny like that. Why motion design is so complicated? Actually, it's not. Not the first fundamental principle, the second fundamental principle, and there was the third one, but I decided to change the name of it, so that's why there are only 2 main fundamental principles in design. Once you follow them, you're creating animations. If you don't follow them, you are not creating them. And actually, we already used 2 of them, both of them, in this video. What can be animated and how companies like Google, Apple create their incredible landing pages. You will see that anyone, even you, even people without any skills in design can create these prototypes. When they follow this step-by-step formula, it will be super easy. You will see that even complicated things can be done easily when you know the logic behind this, when you know why and how. As you can see, the player that we just created here in Figma, this one, it looks cool, it looks amazing. Now you can play with that, you can share it whenever you want. And we just use 2 frames and all these simple animations. Yes, it's as cool as that. Then for premium masterclass and gold version, we have 3 packages, basic, premium, and gold. In basic package, there will be fundamentals and expert and developers. Everything that you have to know about animations. This will be more than enough. If you are already familiar with animations and you want to get this structure to understand why it's so, to get the fundamentals, this is definitely for you. If you want to practice a little bit more, if you want to get this practice about motion design, then there is a premium package, and in the practice section, we will be talking about most used attributes. What is the most used attribute in motion design? You will see that there are no motion probably. I don't remember any website, really don't remember any website without animating this attribute. Even when this website is static, they still use this. How to work with a scroll, what you should know about masks, because masks are important. You saw in this video that we used mask for this player, and yeah, you can animate much more with masks. How to reveal these elements. If you are a UX UI designer, you have to animate this one thing. This is crucial for every UX UI designer. If you're not animating that, actually you don't have to animate, but you have to create these states. What states in the masterclass? Sorry, it can be animated. Yes, not everything can be animated in the design tools. Even After Effects doesn't allow you to animate some particular things. While it's super powerful, it's almost has limitless power. But anyway, yeah, it has some limits. But in this case, we will be talking mostly about most favorite tools like Figma and Adobe XD. I don't know if you saw actually this incredible not user testing case study and with a like survey about UX tools in 2020. All over the world, people are using Figma, Adobe XD, and Sketch for almost all their tasks. And now, when you know how to animate things in Figma or Adobe XD. You don't have to switch to Principle. You don't have to switch to After Effects. You will stay with Figma or Adobe XD and you'll create everything in one tool. And it saves lots of time. Trust me. What's the difference between size and scale? Yes, there is a difference. Why you should know how to animate border ready? It's important because this one small trick that commonly used in mobile app motion design, mobile app prototyping, and you will understand why it's so important. Let's make it pop. Of course, we will need to know how to animate these shadows, different effects, and all these things. This will be in that part. And homework, for sure, we need to practice that. So that's why I will give some tasks for you to apply. You will be able to share them on Instagram or Dribble accounts, and people will know about that, but also we will be able to discuss what you just created. Maybe we can improve that. After the first intake of Masterclass, people started sending me their works, and it's so incredible to see how people think, and you can guide them to help them to improve their animations. The most common mistake that people are doing is, if it's a little bit more complicated animation, what I mean by that, for example, it consists of two different animations. The first animation they make really fast, and the second one really slow. And while it works perfect for video production, where you have to create this contrast, in motion design, it will not look natural. So that's why everything should be aligned. And when you discussed all these things, people are growing. This is super cool. And another package that we have is Gold, Motion UI Design Gold. And in Gold package, let me switch here. In the Gold package, we'll also have Principle. I'll show you how to create landing pages like Apple landing page, just any page, take any page, and we will be able to create with Principle. And also, what else here? Also, we'll create super powerful mobile apps prototypes that will look like real apps. And I'll show you how to share them with people, how to use it for testing, and also how to create these landing pages in Apple style. The final thing that I wanted to tell you, that there will be also expert and developers. What does it mean? Once you created animation, how to export it? That's one question. And the second question is how to share your ideas, how to translate your ideas to developers' language, how to work with developers so they will create exactly what you animated. This will be in all these parts. So if you're interested, just go in the description. There is a link there. Click, choose your package, and I'll be super happy to see you on the class, where we'll create not only these things, but much more. It will be like different states, different animations. We'll create everything there. We'll work with triggers. We'll work with transition types and all these different things. You'll learn a lot. And now let me know, guys, what do you think about this particular animation? Could you imagine that it can be created without any plugins? Because so many people started sending me DMs on Instagram that, oh, you definitely used GIF here for this animation at the bottom. Oh, okay, I understand. It's impossible to do in Figma, so you used animation for a GIF for the entire image, and you just presented it here as you created that. It's all real, and you can do that. Everyone can do that. You particularly, because now you know how to do that, right? So let me know. Yeah, some people don't know English even here, but they learn from these guides. This is incredible. I want the full course now. This is mind-blowing bites. What I want to, if you've ever taken my masterclasses, you know, or even just go to my Instagram and you will see that the main important thing why I'm so different from other people is simplicity. I divide complicated stuff into simple steps and give it as a thing that super easy to follow, and you will be able to learn it much faster. This is the thing. For example, Albert Einstein one day said, I don't remember if you know this quote, he said, if you can't explain it to 6-year-old child, you don't know the topic. My goal is to explain it to just anyone. This is why I like actually teaching, and this is why I'm a design lead in my company, because I like to help people. I'll just come by to them and like, hi, how are you doing? Like, what are you working on right now? Can I help you with something? Let's learn something new. What are you interested in? What about typography? What about colors? What about in general, the tool in general? What about motion design? Do you want to learn that? So all these things I try to help people, but only if they want to get this help. If people don't need this help, I'm not going to touch it. Yeah. So talking about recording, will it be recorded? Yes, actually, it will be in the public access. You will be able to rewatch this video as many times as you want. Not sure about subtitles in terms of. I hope that YouTube will understand um, the entire video perfectly, and you will be able to watch it with subtitles. But yeah, probably it will 100% will be here on YouTube. Thanks from Morocco. Oh my God, more and more people are coming. You can show the prototype again. Not please. The prototype. Let me show you actually again what we created step by step. All right. So we're creating first frame with our UI. On this frame, we have cover, we have an image for the music soundtrack. Then we have the name of this soundtrack. Then we have album, probably for this one. So this is basic UI. This is our, I don't know, heart icon. In this case, you know, what we can do is actually this here, lines here, and for this one, we will keep it as it is, but in this case, yes, this is what I'm going to feel. In this case, it will be white, black. Anything that I will add stroke here, and the stroke will be the same color as that. Perfect. So now we created this one. So what do we have? We have simple animation here, and also a simple animation, simple UI here. Also, what we created the mask with these waves. Now we can make it, for example, make it a little bit smaller, not so tall like this one. Now we created this wave that will be moving from left to right on top of this mask. And also we created this progress bar that is moving, can be like full height or it can be really thin like this one. And we can even put it down here, and in this case maybe it will look even better because we will have waves at the bottom. And now when we created all this thing, we went to prototype mode and created the connection between the first screen and the second one. And for the first one we used on-click, smart animate, linear, 10 seconds. For the second one, it's instant. When after delay of 1 second, we switch back to this screen. Then we go and play that. R, restart. As you can see, it's not moving, it's not playing because we didn't click on that. I click. Maybe in this case, it's better to create the play icon instead of heart. And when you click on play, in this case, we are switching to another screen. This line is moving, all these things are moving, and we have this animation. It doesn't look as cool as when we have this full player, but it will look cooler when it's at the top of the, at least on the top of the waves, like here. And now we are moving this animation, and you see the progress bar is moving above the lines, and the composition is finished. This is how easy it is. So now you guys know. I hope you enjoyed that. If you want to join Motion UI Masterclass, just link below, click there. We will have the recording of this video, and you will be able to follow all the guides and all these steps. Now, let me take a look at comments here. Love your content here, and IG. Keep going with good. Thank you for your tips and tricks. Thanks for the answer about the recording. Awesome, guys. All right. Have a great day. My dog wants to go outside, and yeah, have a great day. Check Motion UI Masterclass and enjoy your motion UIs because they're incredible. They're fun and they impress people. They can give you job and they can give you promotion. This is what you can get. All right, have a great day, and that's it from me now. Bye.